All right, so for those who don't know, a few months ago we did, God, I don't even know how long it was now. I think like 4 or 5, maybe even more months ago, we did a vote. This is the vote, right? That we did a long time ago, and we were like, remake Outbreak, remake Dino Crisis, that whole spiel. I think it was that. Anyway, the results are in, and I haven't looked over them yet, so I thought we'd look over them on stream. Thank you, Best of the Kiwis. Thank you. The Capcom results are in for the elections. 254,000 total votes. That's quite a bit. Most people don't vote, by the way. Just to give you an idea, if a streamer with 100,000 viewers opens a poll, maybe they'll get 10,000 people. That'd be a really good turnout. So 254,000 is huge. All right, these are the people who voted in the Capcom Super Elections. 82% male, 14% female, 4% other. Okay. Generation ratio, 20s, 39%, 30s, 38, 40s. Even some of their 60s. Even some people in the 60s, dude. I wonder what Capcom games would appeal the most to people in their 60s. Oh, we even got the countries too. 3%. I'm in the 3%. Canada. United States 71,000, 28% US, 21% Japan. Oh, cool. So it's basically the Japan and US and Brazil, apparently, deciding a lot of this. 3% Canada. Yikes. Okay. Cool. Congratulations. As a result of the calculations in the Capcom Super Elections, the number one has been decided. 2 crowns achieved by Devil May Cry. The number one character, Dante. Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Number one title, Devil May Cry 5. That's a bit of a surprise, but I guess Devil May Cry fans go hard. Well, here's the thing about this. Well, this might all be legitimate, but this is the kind of thing, and you know how I know this? Because I'm part of the problem. That if big internet people, streamers or whatever, are like, please vote on this list, like I did, yeah, you get stuff like this. Not to say it doesn't deserve it, but Devil May Cry fans are rabid for a new game is what I'm saying. So Devil May Cry winning, that's cool. And Dante deserves that spot, 100%. Dante is a very cool character. Not that rip-off DMC Dante with the short hair. Or real short hair. Okay, so which of the following Capcom's games do you like best? Devil May Cry 5? Okay, yeah. Hey, revert back to what I just said. There's no way. Dino Crisis is... That was us! Or some of it. Some of it was, alright? We definitely had a couple thousand to do with that Dino Crisis vote. I can't believe it's DMC5, RE4 Remake, and Dino Crisis. Dude, they gotta remake it now. They gotta. Dino Crisis. That's insane that's up there. That's insane to me. And why it's insane is I'm a Dino Crisis enjoyer, okay? But I'm not gonna lie and say it's an amazing game. It's a game that has like 38 puzzles, and 50% of them are just rehashes of the last puzzle. And a lot of the puzzles are just annoying. But hey, I'll take it. I mean, it doesn't matter the quality of Dino Crisis. Give us a damn new game. Am I right? Devil May Cry 3 for number 4. That is one of the best Capcom games ever made. Okami, Rigged. Monster Hunter World Iceborne, really? I guess that makes sense. That was a really good DLC. You just think Monster Hunter World would win. Resident Evil 4 OG, that makes perfect sense. Oh, there's Monster Hunter World, okay. Resident Evil 2 Remake, yes. Breath of Fire 3. Dude, is this the game that you could go hunting? That's the Breath of Fire where you could hunt, right? Or can you hunt in all of them? It doesn't matter, I've played them all. I fucking love Breath of Fire 3. That was one of my favorite games growing up. The one for Super Nintendo. The best one for Super Nintendo. Or on the cover, it's the guy with the black hair and the sword, right? One sec. I need to see. Since no one in chat apparently knows. Oh, maybe it's not the one for SNES with the guy and the sword. Breath of Fire. I'm thinking of something different. Oh. Oh. Boomer alert. Boomer alert. I was thinking of the first one. Yikes. Thank you, Baboon. Thank you, Stoic. Thank you, Brownie. Well, I loved the first one. I think I played a little of the second and third. Or I don't know. Maybe I beat them both. Where's Onimusha? Yeah, I'm sure it'll be here. Maybe. So these are the Capcom games that the fans like the best. Oh, okay. World, Devil May Cry 5. Oh, this is interesting. Japan. I bet you. Yeah, Dino Crisis isn't even on the list. Oh, wow. There's a lot less votes, though. Oh, because it's World versus Japan. Phoenix Wright is way up there. Code for... Dude, I feel like a lot of this is just like people trying to rig what the next game's gonna be. Male, female, let's see. Ladies, what about Dino Crisis? Dude, I really feel like... Well, there's no feel. We had something to do with this. Because I have the YouTube video up. When we voted on this poll, like, we tried to get everyone to vote Dino Crisis. Thank you, Impression. Oh my god. Nice, dude. Bring a tear to my eye. Ugh. Actually, wait, did I even... I think this list is from last year, because I'm pretty sure I wasn't streaming on YouTube at the time. I think it is from last year, actually. It was a while ago. I still got number 7 for the 10s and 20s. What the hell? 50s and 60s. Boomer game. Top 10 by 3 generations. Man, Dino Crisis is really nailed. It's even in the top 10 for the good Zoomers, apparently. Top 10 for the Zoomers. Nice, dude. Resident Evil for the 50s and 60s. That makes sense. Ugh. A lot of Resident Evil. Let's see. Wait. Okay. Dino Crisis was my favorite game. As a kid in the 90s, I saw the Capcom emblem as a sign of a great game. Me too, by the way. I would try a game not knowing anything about it just because it had the Capcom emblem. Me too. But for me, it was more on Super Nintendo. Like, I know a lot of my stream revolves around like PlayStation and Sony games, but when I was a kid, though, I played way more Capcom games on Super Nintendo. Like, Capcom annihilated that console. They were killing it. Like, the first game I ever speedran technically was King of Dragons, one of my favorite Capcom games ever. Dino Crisis was my favorite game ever on PlayStation. I'd spend my money on reboots or complete reworks of these fantastic games. Thank you. My life changed after picking up Devil May Cry 3 on a whim. I played DMC 1 through 5, and I even got the platinum on 5. I'm still playing it now. I love Dante. I'm looking forward to future sequels and remakes. I also think the graphics and music are truly amazing. That is true. DMC has a very unique soundtrack. The unique and thoughtfully created motions of each character are incredible. Truing. Mega Man / Rockman is so good, and Zero is still one of my favorite characters ever. Same. Zero is one of the coolest characters Capcom has ever made. Zero is so fucking cool. I love Capcom. I've really gained an appreciation of a lot of IPs, even if I haven't played all of them. I want Mega Man X9 so badly. DMC rocks, and a new VS game would be so exciting to look forward to. Well, there we go. Oh, Resident Evil 4 is a perfect remake in every aspect. I especially love Resident Evil 4, and I think the remake is exceptional in every way. Thank you so much for creating such an amazing game. I'm certainly going to continue playing. I always listen to the game and movie soundtracks on my way to work, and I've started interacting with various Resident Evil fans on X, formerly Twitter, which has positively transformed my life. Thanks to you, every day is very enjoyable. Based, I resonate with that. I also listen to the Resident Evil 4 soundtrack on my way to work. Top 10 favorite Capcom series. World, Resident... Yeah, baby! Japan, Monster Hunter makes sense. I also love Monster Hunter. You know, growing up, I've said this a few times, but not enough. Growing up, I always wanted to try Monster Hunter. And there was this point in my life where for one of my birthdays, my mom was able to buy me one game, and I was deciding between Phantasy Star Online, episode 1 and 2 for the GameCube, and Monster Hunter, and I went with Phantasy Star Online. I can't imagine my life if I went with Monster Hunter, because I may have turned into like an extremist Monster Hunter fan. But I got into it with World. The first one I ever tried was World, and man, it's such an incredible franchise. It's so good. It's just so much fun. It's definitely not for everyone, because it's very slow paced, and the skill ceiling is enormous, and the skill floor is pretty low too. You could get destroyed in that game, and it doesn't feel fun either. And there's a couple of people I tried playing Monster Hunter with, and they hated it because they just didn't like the difficulty. So number 2, Mega Man, also one of my favorite series. I've played every single Mega Man. I played all Mega Man X games and Mega Mans, and I want to marathon the games one day. It'd be really fun to marathon like the original Mega Man games. I think that would make for an amazing like marathon day stream. Oh, like it'd be one stream. I might not even make it through Mega Man 1, because those games are brutal. Unless you give yourself like infinite lives or something, or you use the cheap ass save bullshit. But wait, do they have the anniversaries on Steam? Do 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 do. They do. Ooh, maybe I'll try them. I gotta switch the song, fellas. Do do do. But yeah, it'd be really fun to go through the Mega Man games. I think you guys would probably like it because, well, I'd rage a lot because I've only beaten a couple of them. I've played all of them though. Monster Hunter, Devil May Cry, nice. Devil May Cry, Monster Hunter, Dino Crisis. God, it's so funny that it's making the lists. Street Fighter, yeah. I've never played an Ace Attorney. Thank you, Mr. Goon and Watch. You'd like me to play the Zero games, Absolute Zero? Yeah, I probably will never play through those games. The only ones that really interest me, well, I played Legends, and 64. Or I think 64 is Legends, right? But definitely a Mega Man X, Mega Man OG enjoyer. My favorite Mega Man game is Mega Man X2. I would like to start the Elden Ring playthrough today, hopefully. Thank you, Wolfish Racer. Thank you. Thank you, Shea Butter. That old school Nintendo difficulty, yeah. This list is edge material. It certainly is. Favorite Capcom game ranking. Oh, Leon Scott Kennedy in second. Nice, dude. And Mega Man X. Virgil, Zero, Jill Valentine, Mega Man, Phoenix. Regina, cool. I love Regina. She is not utilized nearly enough. I'm sad that X beat out Zero. I feel like Zero deserves to beat out X. He's way cooler. Oh, he barely beat him. Man, Japan really loves their Phoenix, right? Oh my god. Cool. Oh, of course, the females. Leon Scott Kennedy. I like how they just got swapped. Leon has more sex appeal. Thank you, Hemp Zombie Kangs. Thank you. Miles Edgeworth. Yeah. Maybe I should play Phoenix Wright. I don't even know who these two people are. Who are they even from? Ooh, Claire's in 10th? Holy shit. Didn't know DMC was so popular. Well, you have to think of it in like the scope of Capcom games. But you know what's crazy about DMC is this is coming out my ass. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like, did you guys know that there is like vastly more merch and like just stuff to buy for the DMC franchise than Resident Evil? Like there is so much DMC stuff. Like it would blow your fucking mind if you knew the difference between merch they sell for Resident Evil, a far bigger franchise. Resident Evil, a thing with like a franchise like 24 games now, and their highest grossing franchise, and then DMC has like 6 games, I think, and is not even close to their highest grossing. So it's nuts. I feel, anyway, I'm getting at the fact, I feel like a lot of people are in love with the idea of DMC and haven't played all the games. But that's not to discredit them. They're all incredible. Except 2 and DMC, the remake-ish thing, the reboot. 2 is I need to replay 2. I gotta stop throwing out accusations at that game. I used to say it was my favorite DMC game growing up, and then the internet really pounded me for it, and I did my research and I was like, oh, I guess that's just a stupid kid memory and the game sucks. I think because 2 boils down to just spamming your guns. All right, favorite Capcom character. Dante. Dante is my favorite character ever. I would love to see more of him and play these games. They're very fun. Japan comment. When I first played the original Devil May Cry, I was totally blown away by Dante's overwhelming coolness and craziness. Same here. I thought Dante was like the coolest. As I told you guys, I wanted to name my son Dante and Virgil if I had 2 kids, like growing up, and then the third would be Richter. But then my brother named his son Dante, so I guess that proves the point even more. I'm just the biggest Resident Evil / Biohazard fangirl out there, and I'd love to see more RE games. Leon Kennedy is my favorite character in the series, and I'd love to see him come back in future games. I wrote this, by the way. I played Resident Evil 2 back when I was a child and admired Leon, which inspired me to become a police officer. Well, that's crazy. I made so many friends through loving Mega Man, and we're all waiting for the comeback. X is such a good character. Although I'm not great at action games, I love X, so I try my best to get good at it. I really adore X. Some of these feel like they were written by like 10-year-olds. Is this like Q1, Q2? What is this Q1, Q2 stuff? It's definitely not question. Wait, oh. Top 10 most popular male characters. Dante. Chris Redfield. Frank West. Yeah, I'm surprised this is the first, I think this is the first Dead Rising stuff we've seen. Okay, top 10 most popular female character. Oh, here we go. Hell yeah, dude. Jill Valentine. No surprise there. Regina in second. That's that's something. Oh, my girl. 7th. Japan, Chun-Li, Jill Valentine. Is this from Phoenix Wright or? I wanted to main Jury back when I did the tournament, but I definitely felt like she wasn't my playstyle. I didn't, Donna. That's sick though. I was watching some Arcane stuff earlier. Yeah, I'm surprised Ada isn't in the top 3. Regina's getting a lot of publicity. Check out other rankings here. What do you look for in Capcom games? I need chiller music, fellas. Chiller music. Let's see, where is it? What do you look for in Capcom games? Exhilarating gameplay. Unique and attractive characters. How dare you? How dare you, Japanese company? You are shitting on... They're just shitting on us. How dare they put attractive characters? You know, look at this. No fucking shit, dude. Really? Would have never guessed. The internet in the past, like, for those who don't have Twitter in the past, like, 4 months has literally just, in the gaming Twitter, 50% of it's just, like, shitting on what characters look like. Like, this character's ugly. I hate it. I'm not buying the game, and the game sucks. The game sucks because this character looks this way. And hey, I'm in that boat too. I was ragging on Angela, but I'm ragging on Angela not for the attractiveness, because that is fucked up. That character looks completely fucked in terms of modeling a video game character. Nothing to do with the attractiveness, so it's not really super relevant, but still, for the internet, they're shitting on her because she's ugly or whatever. Thank you, Keegan. Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean, hey, there it is. Unique and attractive characters. Number 2, right below. I love that it's right below gameplay. Attractive characters. And I'm in this boat too. I wish every character in every game was a supermodel. Unless they're supposed to be like written like Eddie in Silent Hill 2, because his character's based around being ugly and picked on. So obviously you can't have someone like, oh, I'm ugly and picked on, and it looks like, you know, Chris Redfield and Leon Kennedy did the fusion dance. He's got to be some slobby loser boy. All right, unpredictable and exciting storyline. Okay. Memorable and moving BGM, good. This is about what I put, I think. I can't remember. Graphic, gameplay, world view? Question mark. Okay. Superb graphics, high levels, high difficulty levels. Yes, yes. I was so happy they put this on there, because that's me. I love the high difficulty level. Like, I love when you beat the game, it's like, here's nightmare mode. You beat nightmare mode, it's like, here is, I'm gonna fuck your butthole mode. And it's impossible to beat. You need New Game Plus weapons, but you don't unlock anything new if you use New Game Plus weapons, so you gotta beat it raw, and it takes like 100 hours to beat it that way. And then when you beat that, you get something else cool. See, that's the best kind of stuff right there. Too bad I can't think of any, like, DMC does that well, I feel, but thank you, Hard Poor Corn. To boost the superiority complex. It's not that at all. I love this shit even if I didn't stream. It's not like the Dark Souls. I don't look at this as the Dark Souls like fanboy element where people beat a moderately hard game, aka any Dark Souls or Elden Ring, and they're like, oh man, I'm so good at games, when in reality, you know, it's not that difficult to beat. Those kinds of gamers are it's just, you know, when someone is saying they're bragging to you that they beat a Souls game or something, I'm just sitting there like, cool, bro. Tell me when you get Challenger in League, or tell me when you get max rank at Counter-Strike, tell me when you get max rank at Dota 2. Tell me when you go against other players. Going against PvE content is not something to brag about usually, unless you're doing like an insane challenge like no damage fucking nightmare mode. So yes, I agree with you in a sense, like, oh, this is stupid because it encourages that kind of like superiority complex on the internet, but at the end of the day, that shit doesn't matter. And this kind of stuff makes games extremely replayable. And the best part about a game, in my opinion, is being replayable. My favorite games are all very replayable. And it's one of the biggest reasons people love stuff like Resident Evil 2, because there's 4 different scenarios, you know, and yeah, we all know what it's like. But I think this is super important in most games. And at the end of the day, you know, games that have this, they can also have like a journalist mode where you just cruise on through and whatever else. Doo-doo. Tell me when you beat an RE4 OG rando. Tell me when you beat 13 Resident Evil games in a row. No save, no death. All right? Tell me when you do that. Superb graphics. Novel depth of for repeat play. Oh, I read that second, but it's ahead of high difficulty. These two things I feel like go hand in hand. It's why roguelikes sell so well. It's why things like Loop Hero and Vampire Survivors and all that shit, like, it makes me sad that AAA gaming hasn't really caught on yet. They're gonna catch on in like 10 years. Like, oh fuck, people love replayability and it's easier to do than what we're doing. Fuck, maybe we should focus on making our game replayable and fun rather than a singular playthrough that's just mediocre. Japan! How could... I would have never guessed. Japan... This is great. This is great, dude. Japan, #1 priority in a video game. #1 is attractive and unique characters. There it is. And it goes to show, guys, there's with Monster Hunter Wilds newest trailer, I didn't even see her. Like, for me, exhilarating gameplay comes first. So, when I was watching the Monster Hunter Wilds trailer, I was like, look at all these cool new monsters in the setting, and like, oh, they're putting emphasis on the story. And then I go on the internet, complete opposite. Everyone is just going on and on about this one chick that was shown for like 2 seconds. That's like super hot, has this crazy hair and a cute face, yada yada yada. And yeah, it just goes to show, like, and the newest drama around this is like the perfect dark girl. People don't like what she looks like, and it's a goddamn shame, dude, because you see this really cool gameplay, like the coolest gameplay ever. Oh, like, look at this. I'm not referencing exactly Perfect Dark, but you'll see like this really cool gameplay trailer and everyone's going crazy. I'm buying it day one. And then right at the end of the trailer, the person will take their helmet off and just look ugly. And then boom, 50% of pre-orders canceled. People are outraged online. Horrible game. This game sucks. I hate it. And, you know, it's quite clear. #2 for the world, #1 for Japan is attractive characters. So it's no shit that when your character for your new game comes out and they're not hot, people freak out and they hate it. Because numbers show humans like playing attractive characters. Look at the vote numbers. I see them. I see them. Memorable and moving BGM. Oh, Japan, #1, 2, 7 votes apart. Nice, dude. Well, hey, yeah. These are two things I love. Yo, I'm in the Japan category here. Holy shit. Depth for repeat play. You know what's funny? I feel like this high difficulty levels, I feel like this was embedded in our brain from Japan, because games back in the day, for those who don't know, a lot of Japanese games, when translated and given a port to America, they were made harder. One example is Devil May Cry 3 is fucking the first version ever of DMC3 is insanely hard, and they re-released it to make it easier. Also, Resident Evil 2, or Resident Evil in general, is Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 are all harder. So if you're playing the English version, it's harder, if you didn't know. That's one of the reasons you speedrun the Japanese version. Final Fantasy 4, I had no clue. Mega Man 2 is the opposite? Really? Is the Japanese version easier? I also played the OG DMC3 and I never beat that game. I forget where I got to, but yeah, I was just like, all right. It wasn't brutal to the point that I'm just like, this game sucks. It was just, you know, I was a kid. So when you're a kid, like you're playing through a game and then eventually you'll get to this point and maybe just don't turn the game on anymore. And that's just what happened. I know exactly where I got to in DMC3. I would need to see it to explain it, but yeah, the normal difficulty was actually the hard difficulty. Exactly. Yeah. Why English makes it so different. It's this whole, there's a lot of opinions on it, but like, to make sure you can't beat it in one rental because Americans like more of a challenge, which you know, that goes to show right here. Since number 5 for world and number 9 for Japan. Yo, Lexio. Thank you, Blackout. Thank you. Oh, sorry. I should have probably... Wait, I can't. Twitch chat's bugged. I should probably change to this. All right, let's see. Oh my god, desires for Capcom games. What they're looking for in Capcom games. I would love to see IPs from that time return for a fully developed console releases. Capcom's strong character design, personality, and animation have been a creative influence on me since the 90s. I would love to see IPs from that time return, such as Mega Man X, Breath of Fire, Darkstalkers, and Rival Schools. Yes, Japan, an action game that helps relieve daily stress. I've played a lot of games, but I was completely captivated by the cool action and provocative English lines. Every series offers challenging difficulty levels, so I'm still playing regularly. Its refreshing action helps me relieve daily stress. Some of the comments they chose to show are pretty funny. I just want to see something unique. I enjoyed older Capcom games when they were one of a kind. Slowly over the years, I feel the uniqueness was lost. Game mechanics feeling too similar to other games, too streamlined. I just want to see something unique and trying to be its own. Also, please remaster Dino Crisis and Resident Evil Outbreak. My man. A base comment, aside from saying remaster Dino Crisis needs a remake. A remaster of Dino Crisis would, trust me, remastered Dino Crisis would completely flop. Just my opinion. But a remake would not flop, I don't think. And remastered Outbreak, that's perfect. Do literally anything with Outbreak. Just fucking port the goddamn game. But yeah, what is he saying? I feel the uniqueness was lost. Game mechanics feeling too similar. You know what's funny about that? The game, when I read comments like that, the first game that comes to my mind is Death Stranding, where it was finally something completely new, something you have never seen before. New gameplay, AAA with modern graphics. Finally, something unique. And a lot of people shit on the game for the gameplay, which rightfully so. You know, if you enjoy what you want to enjoy. But like, that's why there's no unique games. Kojima tried something completely new and half the internet just shit all over it. And it's like you wonder why every game feels samey. It's because the margin for like the risk of creating a AAA game that's unique and flops, like Death Stranding didn't flop, but that's what shuts down companies. Like, if you release a game, like, all right, let's do this unique gameplay AAA, we're gonna put hundreds of millions of dollars into this, and then people don't vibe with the new gameplay style, well, you just completely shut down a company if it flops that hard. So yeah, it's just, that's why they don't happen. So I agree. I miss unique games, but the thing that people don't realize is that, or they might, but as the years go on, it's harder and harder and harder and harder to make a unique game. And you notice from indie gaming shows like Summer Games Fest, I'm sure you've seen a lot of games there that you were like, wow, that's unique. But I do not want to play that shit. It does not look fun at all. Because we're at the point where if you want something unique that hasn't been thought of ever in the history of game creation, there's like over 1 million games out there, if you're counting like NES and on like Flash games on the internet. Like, creating something that's one of a kind that hasn't been thought of before, that's also insanely fun and addicting, is extremely hard now. It's not as hard as it used to be. It used to be simple. Holy balking. Well, hey, sorry, I know most people just don't give a fuck, but it's been, yeah, it's been done in Roblox already. Oh, your new fucking idea? Like, look at that. Look at, yeah, we need more Mr. Mosquito. Look at that game, like the guy holding the Game Boy, and you remember that game for Summer Games Fest? And in one world, he's like running around a 2D environment, and the other world, he's running around a 3D environment. That game looks... God, I hate saying this about indie games and stuff, but that game's a flop, and it's nauseating. Coming from someone who speedruns Turok. But it's something new. It's like, hey, look at this new idea. I hate it. All right, next. Thank you, Bowling, for the 95 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure. Thank you, Lipix. All right, I'll move on. So exhilarating to swiftly defeat enemies by mastering counterattacks and other techniques. I felt that the system was designed to be enjoyable for both experts and beginners alike. Is he referring to DMC5? Even with basic attack and evasion attacks, you can take down monsters. Oh, maybe Monster Hunter. There's also exhilaration pulling off counterattacks and other techniques to defeat them. The excitement of mastering my favorite weapon is unparalleled. The complexity of technique combinations and balance adjusted feels almost godlike. Holy shit. Oh, I guess that's because his picture is the cat. Yeah, like I said earlier, Monster Hunter comes off as like a button mashing game, but when it really comes down to it, it's extremely hard. If you want to be good at that game, you need to know exactly what every single monster in the entire game does. What image of Capcom do you have? Creative spirit. Strong originality. Full of playfulness. Okay. What the hell is this? Thank you, Bodster. Monster Hunter's the opposite of button mash? Yeah, really though. Thank you, Ruby Rip. Thank you. Thank you for the amazing work. Oh, Onimusha? Thank you. Is that Onimusha? Thank you for the amazing... We haven't seen any Onimusha yet. Thank you for the amazing work of remakes and remasters. Just please extend the love of craftsmanship to Dino Crisis Onimusha games too. With how good Capcom remakes have been, I'd love to see my old favorites reimagined with modern graphics and game mechanics. I know you're capable, Capcom. Please make my dreams come true. Bach Enjoyer? Thank you. Insignitai. Thank you for the 29. Yeah, exactly that comment. I feel the attention to detail with new discoveries each time I play the game. Whether it's the smoothness of the action, the small details at the corner of the map, the playful elements scattered throughout. As someone studying game development university, I gain more and more insight with each time I find a new detail. All right then. I've played Capcom games since the late 80s, and I remember many fondly. I'm 40 this year, but will always remember Mega Man Battle Network and Legends, and Breath of Fire 3, 4, and 5. I'd love to have my heart jump again at such unique stories, characters, and worlds. Yeah, me too. I feel like that's a really good comment to observe. Sorry for all the balking, fellas, but it's just... That's what we're here for. A lot of people that are older, like 30s, 40s, It doesn't matter. This is a fact. It does not matter what you give them. They can't correlate the fact that their brain doesn't have that magic in it that it did as a kid. That like wonder and imagination that you had as a kid. So nothing ever will fill that void. I'm not saying for this person in particular, but there are people out there that they're like, I want, like, let's just use Resident Evil as an example. Like, I want a new horror Resident Evil game. I miss the feeling RE2 original gave me. You could fast forward 20 years and Capcom releases 20 horror Resident Evil games. A couple of them are fixed camera angle tank control. A couple of them are over the shoulder. A couple of them are first person. And that person will still say that they're all soulless and they're not fun and they never do it right and they're all garbage. Because a lot of gamers just can't come to the fact that they're getting bored of games. And even for me, it's hard for me to get giddy, but I understand why. All I do is play games. So, I don't feel that way either for the most part. Do I play Street Fighter 6? Well, sir, you're actually talking to the winner of a Street Fighter 6 tournament. I'll have you know. Thank you, One Odd Avocado. Thank you so much. Thank you, Capcom. Don't laugh! Why are they laughing? They're laughing. Did I not win a Street Fighter tournament? And I'll have you know, I got like $4,000 for winning that. Okay, so don't discredit me. Beyond the story and music, the staff's creativity is awesome. I recall intentionally failing an event with a time limit several times just to see the different lines Isun would say. And I remember there were at least 3 variations. I love these kinds of playful touches. Yeah, I remember when I first played RE2 Remake as Claire, I died at the Birkin thing just to see what happened, or at the Birkin fight, and nothing happened. The screen went white and I was depressed. Are there any Capcom game series, including spin-off games, that you would like to get a sequel or a new game? Dude. Let's go, Dino Crisis. Let's go. Let's go, Dino Crisis. Let's go. Dino Crisis Giga Chad. Thank you, Vlad. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a complex topic, Ketsurugu. I'm not bored of games personally. I just don't like the design of most AAA games. I know, dude. Gaming is in such a weird space right now. It's such a different beast. So many AAA games just feel predatory. Like, you see the gameplay and stuff, and then you're just like, your brain is programmed like, all right, where's the kick? Like, where's the fucking, oh, this game looks cool, but they're about to kick me in the nuts with something, you know? It's always like that. Like the freaking, like the Diablo 4 DLC. You know, if you pre-purchase the Deluxe Ultimate Edition, then you get the cool stuff. Oh, you didn't do that? Nah, fuck you. You didn't pay triple the price? No, go fuck yourself, dude. Oh yeah, sure, the things you get probably took like 5 employees a week, but you can go fuck yourself. Dino Crisis series. This is beautiful. Thank you, Vlad. Yeah, even Silent Hill 2 with the 48 early access. Like, what the fuck is that? Whoa! Thank you, Splinter Cell. Thank you, thank you. When I saw the Dark Ages trailer, I immediately bought a fur cape. Yeah! That's streamer shit? What's streamer shit? The deluxe? Like, what? Wait, what do you mean by that, Dusty? I would love to dissect whatever you're talking about. Silent Hill early access? I mean, you guys, if you're on the internet, you're not in this category. Like, if you're literally scrolling like Twitch and Twitter, most gamers don't use Twitch. Most gamers don't use Twitter. Most gamers don't go on the internet ever because they're busy working and trying to fucking live their life. And they'll buy the deluxe edition. Like, it's them. It's not streamers. Like, there's already statistics shown that a lot of people, if they like the game, they don't care what other people say online. They don't care that all these big personalities and all these other people on Twitter are like, don't buy this, don't support modern gaming sucks. They've already bought it. As soon as it was announced, oh, you get a cat? You get a cat mount and a cat mini pet if you buy the deluxe edition for Diablo 4? I love Diablo 4. I can't wait to kill more demons. Like, that's legitimately, like, normie gamers. It is. Am I wrong? Yeah, that's what people think, Zelda. The best example is the current state of World of Warcraft. You'll see World of Warcraft announce like this new like mini pet that's $20 or this new mount that's like $30, and you'll see people in the comments like, oh, this is so sick, I can't wait. Like, they've just conformed at this point. And by the way, you are right with streamers. I have to buy. I don't have to, but if I want to progress my career at an optimal path, I have to buy early access for these fucking games. I hate early access. I fucking despise having to change my goddamn sleep schedule to cater to this early access bullshit and this streamer privilege bullshit. I fucking hate it. Yes, I do it and I take advantage of it every time I can, but I fucking hate it. I can't express enough. It's not fun. And like, every time a new Resident Evil comes out or something big for me, even like Silent Hill 2 or something, people will come in the chat and be like, oh, did you already play it? Did you play it? No, I wait to stream it. Like, I don't enjoy these games off stream. Well, like, I would love playing them regardless, but you know what I mean? That is how I feel. Dude, I don't want 4 fucking Sony accounts, one in New Zealand, one in Japan, because, Sekiro's playable 2 days early if you have the Japanese account. Like, I'd rather, I fucking hate that shit. And that's the exact Sony account that was hacked, by the way. All right, moving on. Thank you, Phil Like Domino. Thank you, Splinter Cell. Oh my god. Do you notice how Dino Crisis isn't on the Japanese list? I'm surprised Resident Evil's so low in Japan, but everything's really close though in votes. But yeah, I agree. By the way, I didn't even comment on this. I would love to see a new Dino Crisis, and I really want them to bring back Mega Man and make it cool again. Like, wouldn't it be awesome to get like a 9 out of 10 Mega Man game? Like, critics love it, like RE2 Remake or RE4 Remake style, where like everyone raves about it and it sells like millions of copies. Man, I would love to see that for Mega Man. That would give me butterflies. Who else? 11 was great. Like, the recent Mega Man games have been good, but they haven't been like blockbuster crazy games. They've just been like, you know. And Dino Crisis, yeah, I don't need to say much for that. I am always preaching for Dino Crisis. Onimusha number 9. Never played a Mega Man game, but see the appeal. They're really fun. Yeah, exactly. Mega Man games never sold that much, but they probably don't cost that much either. Yeah, exactly. That music was from Resident Evil Survivor, I think. Dino Crisis #1 in the world. Hell yeah, dude. And DMC, obviously, I'm always down for more DMC games. I don't crave them, though, because I'd say of all these games, or of a lot of these games, I play Devil May Cry, but they typically don't do well on Twitch, which, if it doesn't do well on Twitch, that's a streamer thing. My opinion is biased based off of things that are good to stream, but I will try and separate those two opinions. But as a game, I would love Devil May Cry to come back. As a streamer, it doesn't matter to me. Male and female. Ladies, thank you. Dino Crisis still in the top 10 for females. Ladies. One thing that's consistent here is DMC is in the top for like every list. But as much as I want to say that smells a little stinky to me, like there was some tomfoolery probably with some big streamers. There was definitely tomfoolery here. But maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. The 3 generations. Okay. Dino Crisis 30s to 40s. Even the 10 to 20s. Dino Crisis. Okay. Dude, Dino Crisis fucking... I love that it's just so high up there. They gotta remake it now. They have to. How could they not? Look at this. Like, hey everyone. Hey Capcom fans, what game do you want us to make? Dino Crisis. It's like, fuck, dude. How do they have to. They have to. Imagine asking your fans what they want, and a vocal majority is screaming Dino Crisis, and then they ignore it for the next 10 years. I'd say this is gonna secure us something Dino Crisis. Maybe some Exoprimal DLC? Huh? I just gotta use the bathroom. 1 second. You know what? Let's be real. It probably would be Exoprimal DLC. Oi. Yeah, no Dead Rising is... Oh, Dead Rising's 10th. But yeah, it is making me a little sad. Like, I for one want to see Dead Rising come back so badly. But yeah, it's a little disheartening to see it's like it's really not popular on this list. Like, this is like the second time we've seen it, right? Please remake Dino Crisis or release a sequel. I know my message will be one of possibly millions, but please release one for us fans. DMC5 was so much better than we have ever hoped for. And after having nothing for so long, it was such a gift. Please continue with the franchise. We'd be so happy if you made DMC6. I want to play a crazy Monster Hunter game packed with features from past mainline Monster Hunter titles, as well as Frontier and other spin-off series. Oh? Is there a game you would like to see completely remade with the latest technology, including character design and story direction? Not in here. I don't know what that is. No Outbreak. Feels bad, man. Onimusha 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. They didn't even spell it right. RIP. It's doomed. Or did they spell it right? Am I correct? This is not how you spell Onimusha. Is it? Thank you, Strawberry. Thank you for the 3 months. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so this is definitely not getting a remake. Look, they don't even want to spell it right. Not in here. I don't know what that is. Is that a game? Oh, not in here. Oh. Oh. Feels bad? Not in here, not in here. Awaiting. Okay, here we go. Would love to see Onimusha remade in the RE engine or a story rebooted. Onimusha is a major missed opportunity, especially with the success of a game similar to it. I agree. I think an Onimusha just remake or reboot could be really, really good, but it would need to be like, I feel like it would need to be like Sekiro style with a mishmash of like, you know, Capcom, RE engine, baloney. But the thing, I see the problem with Onimusha, I would love for it to come back. I love Onimusha 1 and 2. The rest of them, 3 and 4 are, they're okay. I still like them though. But the first 2 I love. But the problem is, man, samurai and like ninja games are just, it's like the new farming sim. Like, I feel like every single event, there's at least like 4 or 5 like ninja samurai games. People would just look at it as another generic game again. Since Ghost of Tsushima, they are farming samurai games. Yeah, dude. It's like the new war game. Or war game trend. Thank you, Ryzenator. And thank you, Lord Kelzo. Yeah, Tenchu. It'd be cool for Tenchu to come back. But, man, I feel like if we've seen a trailer for any of these, like Tenchu or Onimusha, you wouldn't even know it's that franchise until, like, the name shows on the screen at this point. Please make a new Mega Man game, or maybe a remake of the old ones. I'm super happy with the Legacy Collection, but something new would be great. Agreed. Don't know what Rival School is. To be honest, I really want all the Breath of Fire series on Steam. Fans would be thrilled with ports rather than remakes. Just my opinion. I think a lot of people would be fine with some ports, as long as the game is playable. First Capcom game you played? Mega Man. Yeah, I think that's the first Capcom game I ever played too. Street Fighter 2? Street Fighter 2 Turbo, my brother ran over the game cartridge with a car and it still worked. Super Nintendo games are very durable. Resident Evil, Mega Man X, Mega Man 2, Phoenix Wright, Resident Evil 4. Wow! Holy fuck! I can't believe that that's the first Capcom game that people played. That's nuts. Zoomers, yeah. I guess so. I don't know what I played first. It was either King of Dragons or Mega Man. First was RE2. Mega Man X4. I'm like a Capcom fanboy. Like, even before Resident Evil. One sec. Let me see something really quick. Capcom SNES games. Played. There's my favorite. Played a lot of. Played. Played Mickey Mouse. Played. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna keep annoying you guys. Yep. A lot of them. Snow Bros, I used to love that game. Yeah, man, in my opinion, the golden years of Capcom were like SNES. They have so many fucking good games. I can't believe I didn't know the Magical Quest and Mickey Mouse was Capcom. That's crazy. You know what I didn't play? Sweet Home. Snow Bros was so sick, dude. I used to play this with my neighbor. He'd come over and we'd try and beat Snow Bros. Cool though. Top 10 by male and female. Resident Evil 4th. Okay. Cool. Top 3 by oh, here we go. Resident Evil 4 by 10s and 20s. I see. DMC 3. Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. It's funny that even Resident Evil's there, like the OG. But this could be the OG or the remake, so you never know. Honestly, I'd say it's probably the remake more so. This is sort of an unfair game because it counts for 2. Dino Crisis? I smell... This smells suspicious. $1942. Well, that makes sense, I guess. I don't even know what that is, though. Thank you for bringing a lot of joy into my life. Happy 40th anniversary. I've been a fan since I first played Ace Attorney. Rival schools. Capcom has been my life. Capcom is my life since I was a child. From Street Fighter 2 being one of my earliest Super Nintendo memories, to Resident Evil being my first PlayStation memories, to Beautiful Joe and Akami being my first 2 games I ever owned myself. Capcom has been amazing to my entire life. Please continue to make the most amazing games ever. Man, you imagine this world right now. Imagine a world where when Resident Evil 7 came out, like Konami just released like Castlevania Symphony of the Night 2 or, you know, anything. Imagine if Konami had Capcom standards right now. Oh, what a life being a gamer would be, because my second favorite games are from Konami, and not just Silent Hill. Like Konami's right there with Capcom. Like in terms of the classics like SNES, Konami's like, Capcom and Konami went hand in hand with fucking amazing games on the SNES at least. And man, it's sad to see Konami fall so low. They're coming back now, but we'll see. We'll see if they're actually coming back. And as this list says, by the way, let me just tell you guys something. One sec. Wait. If the next Metal Gear Solid 3 trailer comes out and shows Ava and Volgin and Ocelot, yada yada, and they are not attractive, it's gonna be fucking chaos, dude. Right now that game is on a decent track. And you know how it's very easy to tell this thing? Yo, Lynn or Lizzie. It's very easy to tell this thing because the boss got shown and she looks like mostly fine. I didn't even bat an eye at her, but the internet's freaking the fuck out. And she looks fine, I think. So like if you're taking someone that looks like, oh, that looks decent, and people are fucking pissed, it's not a good sign for things to come, but we'll see. Where's my bar? Here we go. Yeah, I thought she looked great too. All I'm saying, by the way, guys, all I'm saying is that we were talking about the rise of Konami. The attractiveness of the future characters shown might dictate a lot of sales for that game, and a lot of reviews. So let's just pray for the best. Thank you, Meek, for the tier. Thrizzle, oh yeah, let's go. Ho, 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 ho. Thank you. Resident Evil 4. For what game has influenced you the most? RE4 definitely deserves to be here. So does Devil May Cry 3. These are 2 of the best games Capcom's ever made, without a doubt. This also deserves to be here. You're talking about a very small group of vocal people. Yeah. Well, it depends, Andre. Like, you can give examples of the opposite. Look at the Harry Potter game. That game, if you were on Twitter during that horrible time, people bought that game literally out of spite. Like, you should see the fucking sales for that shit. No, Bawkbot, no. Yeah. You'd be surprised what people that have money to throw around would do. Well, no one would, actually, but... Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. There are so many Monster Hunter games. Hey, Resident Evil 3 for the first time. What is this? World Top 10. It made it! Holy shit! Man, Resident Evil 4 is in 9th. That's pretty nutty. I think the reason why you don't see much Monster Hunter on the world list, well, speaking for myself, I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, Monster Hunter games were like fucking impossible to find. Like, I remember looking in every game store for any Monster Hunter and I could never find one. They were like extinct in where I grew up. It's same with Phantasy Star Online. Like, when I found a copy of that, I near shat my fucking pants. Because I looked for it for like a year. And then there was just all of a sudden one sitting on the shelf. Wait, one's in the chat if you're in the same boat where you looked for a Monster Hunter but couldn't find one. Just curious. But I do feel like that's why it's not on the world list. Okay, so I'm not alone. Don't see the appeal for Ace Attorney. It's just like, you know, if you're looking for that detective genre, it's like the powerhouse of that kind of thing. And I love the detective games, but Ace Attorney is not the like kind of detective game I am interested in. It's too like text-based. If there was voice acting, if there was like an actual like big budget Phoenix Wright game, I would play the fuck out of that. But it's too much reading for me. Top 10 male and female. But yeah, I don't play them, but I've watched a lot of them and they look amazing. Like the games look incredible. Okay. We're getting to the nitty-gritty now. Emotional episodes from Capcom fans. Emotional episodes. I wish that my family joined me in a journey of how gaming made an impact one day. I can't question the fact that Capcom made really exceptional and entertaining games since the console wars era. True. And I fell in love with some of them. I learned my way through life because of gaming. Same here. And I wish to have my family join me in a journey of how gaming made me impact one day. Your characters have changed my life in a way that is difficult to put into words. Look at the passion. At one of my first adventures alongside Netto and Rockman.exe when I was just 4 years old. Then I knew them by different names. Those feelings have since inspired me to live a life surrounded by technology and to be a scientist on the forefront of chemical engineering. The guy's gonna be creating Mega Men. Resident Evil. The start of my gaming life began at the age of 6 when I encountered Resident Evil. Even as a child, I felt the seriousness of adults in a game that I could enjoy playing repeatedly. Although I am currently working in a field unrelated to gaming, I am committed to working on my projects until I am completely satisfied. As I promised myself, Capcom's game has been a guiding light for me. Yeah, dude's gonna be Dr. Wily. Yeah, really. Thank you, Gold Gregory. Yeah, Lunar, same. I watched my oldest brother play Resident Evil. I never played Resident Evil 1 as a kid. I just watched my oldest brother play it. Who's like 8 years older than me. I think. Or maybe 9 years older than me. I can't remember. A complaint you'd like to share with Capcom. Reboot previous IPs. There it is. Dino This combined with the rest of the list equals Dino Crisis confirmed. Dude, this is hilarious to me. Like, we are, in all seriousness, I'm not joking, I'm not being sarcastic. even though some of you think I still will be. We are experiencing history right now. If we don't see Dino Crisis in the next 10 years, in some fashion, then these lists mean fuck all to these companies. Like, don't even bother with them, because they don't matter in any way, shape, or form. Because if this matters at all, everything's Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis is in like the top 3 for every fucking category, and then their #1 complaint is reboot previous IPs. Okay, so all right, our #1 complaint, reboot previous IPs. Okay, sure, I guess let's add another one to the list. We're already doing Resident Evil and shit. Let's add another one. All right, so what do people want? Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis. You know, that's the formula of what they would do. Dino Crisis at the Game Award. Well, we'll see what happens. Show slow release of new numbered titles. That's true. I actually hate how long games take now, but you know, that's a common complaint for everything. Like, I miss the days when it's like, you know, Tomb Raider 1, next year Tomb Raider 2, next year Tomb Raider 3, next year Tomb Raider 4. Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3. And we were so lucky. We were so lucky with Resident Evil 2 Remake and then Resident Evil 3 Remake. But that goes to show, that right there just goes to show what happens. If you want yearly releases, you're gonna get half-baked shit like RE3 Remake. I have no rant to make. I mean, I don't need to elaborate. Not listed here, but many. Nice, dude. Too many sales? What the fuck? Oh, wait, what? Too many sales. I guess this is like a joke comment? Dude, Capcom, it was more of a DLC, 100%. It completely fits the bill of being a DLC. And I'm not gonna rant. My take on it has always been the same. The reason Project Resistance exists is so they could validate charging full price for a DLC. Anyway, see, I'm done. Capcom is like the king of sales, by the way. If you want to play RE4 Remake, just wait like a year. Or if you want to play any new Capcom game, wait like a year and it'll be like 50% off. You'll find it on some crazy bargain. Like, they have sales all the time, at least digital sales. If Nintendo is the greediest company in the world, Capcom is the least. For AAA companies. Because they have sales, like seriously, they'll do like Capcom bundles where you can buy like a ton of their games for like $10. It's nuts. Like, even just in Summer Games Fest, they were advertising that all the Resident Evil games were on sale, weren't they? I don't know if I could check if they're on sale because I own them all. Yeah, Resident Evil right now is $39. Elden Ring or RE4. Okay, $7 from War. It says Elden Ring or RE4 Remake. You will choose. RE4 Remake? I mean, Elden Ring is the better game, but RE4 Remake? Yeah, look. $19, $11, $12, $13. That's Canadian. That's like $10 American. This is like $9 American. Look at this. Like, and they always do this. They always $20 Canadian for Resident Evil Village. If this was Nintendo, this would be $70 on sale, and it'd be $71 not on sale. All right. Oh, nice. Both are reboot previous IPs. Yes, please, Capcom. As much as I'm enjoying the Resident Evil craziness, I do also want to see new IPs rebooted.
What a great time to be a Capcom fan. They are doing a fantastic job. Can always be better, but here I am playing video games since 30 years, 100 puntos.
I agree, guys. I hate being that Capcom fanboy. You know what I love? Or, you know, this is a double-edged sword. My friend Susie, the Sphere Hunter, she gets called a shill all the time in like the Twitter comments, even though she just likes Capcom games. I never have anyone calling me a shill, even though I'm the biggest fucking Capcom fanboy ever. And I just surprised, like, I don't even think I've ever seen maybe like one comment ever on like a singular YouTube video that's like, he's a shill. What's a shill? They just assume that you say the games are good because you're getting paid by the company. Which I've had Capcom sponsors. I was sponsored for RE4 Remake. I was sponsored for Village. I was sponsored for RE7. And, well, but I hate on RE7. I love Village, though. We call it glazing now. That's true. It is called glazing now. But, listen. If people say, like... If you're like, RE4 Remake is an amazing game, and they're like, you're a shill. I read that. I don't read that as like, hey, that person called me a shill. I read that as like, I'm a fucking idiot. So that's my take on those kinds of comments. I don't read it and it like changes my perception of myself. I read it as like someone that is just insecure about whether like their fucking reviews for games. Anything to avoid the dumb comment. Please look after your stories and characters. I have, oh, these are the complaints. Here we go. I have one complaint, which is the mid/bad stories and characters. Focusing on the gameplay is fine by all the players, but remember the stories and the characters are the breath of your titles. They will live longer and will let you win all the players' hearts. Love you, Capcom, and I hope your plans in the future will bring you joy and happiness. That's true, dude. That's 100% true. They do not focus on the story a lot of the time. Like, look at RE2 Remake. RE2 Remake can't be canon because it would mean that Claire and Leon were together the whole time, but they're not together in the game. They're together in Darkside Chronicles and RE2. That can be canon. And I think Darkside Chronicles is meant to be the canon. Same with Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 1 Remake. Both of those games have 8 endings each, and they're not canon. None of the 8 endings are canon. So this comment, extremely fucking valid. Capcom just is like, fuck it when it comes to stories sometimes. Like, is there a story? Yep. All right. Good enough. But see, for me, I don't overly care about stories, so. But it is a very valid complaint. I hope Capcom can give my children the same experience. I hope Capcom has my children. Thank you, Giraffe. Capcom is killing it right now. They are killing it. God, now that's a shill. Well, the thing, like, they brought back Street Fighter, and it's amazing. They brought back Resident Evil, and it's amazing. They brought back DMC, and it's amazing. They brought back Monster Hunter, it's amazing. You know, I can't wait to see if they bring back Dino Crisis and Mega Man and, like, Onimusha, because my expectations are so high now. My expectations for rebooting any of those franchises is like a 9 out of 10 minimum for the first game they give. And if it's not a 9 out of 10, fuck it. Since my childhood, I've enjoyed various Capcom games, so there are many things I want to support and many frustrations as well. I feel like the company relies too much on single popular titles, focuses too much on developing time-consuming blockbusters, and seems to be somewhat at a loss with its past IPs. Frankly, I consider myself a bit of a fan who has become overly obsessed and complicated. I was just reading the words and not paying attention. Relies too much on single popular title. Focuses too much on developing time-consuming blockbusters. And seems to be somewhat at a loss with past IPs. That's true. All that is very true. I consider myself a bit of a fan who's become overly obsessed and complicated. I hope Capcom will create content that excites younger generations, even elementary school students, rather than solely targeting older users like me. As someone who enjoyed playing games like Mega Man and Street Fighter 2 with friends and siblings during elementary school, I want to share those same feelings of pure excitement with my own children. While it's not necessarily wrong to pay attention to the global response, I believe it's what's truly important in crafting entertainment for the new generations. Throwing Street Fighter in there is strange because like Street Fighter 6 is amazing. Thank you, Kelvin. The only question that truly matters is which ending of RE Survivor is the true ending. That's the only question that matters, and I don't even have the answer to it. Thank you for the big $20 Yo, Berserk. This comment is, I think it's, they know it's just themselves. Or, you know, it's valid, whatever. Not a big deal. Don't forget what Capcom's made of and make new stuff. Capcom has really made great games over the time. As well that I've grown with their games too, but the recent games don't keep up with the classics. Mainly because it doesn't feel that fun or challenging. It feels simple and bland. They should go back to those okay, this is exactly what I was commenting on earlier. How new people just can't. I think people like this, giving them any video game ever made, ever, for the future, they won't be happy with, because they haven't admitted to themselves yet that they don't see the magic in video games that like they used to. Maybe I'm wrong, but this generic comment, as I see it like this, take away the human aspect, that's what I see. I don't hate you. Just because I have some complaints doesn't mean I hate you. Don't get the wrong idea. I like how there's a lot of comedy in this this election thing. The marketing is just too bad. If I have to complain about Capcom, it's their marketing, or rather their promotion skills are just too bad. Really, really bad. Sometimes they announce things that are completely off what users are looking for, and it gives the impression that they're announcing things in a pretty bad way. I always think, even if they have some cards, or the same cards, other companies would announce it in a way that's more exciting, that builds up expectations. That's about it for my complaints, but I still enjoy Capcom games. Yeah, their announcements are a little random. I think the best announcement they've done recently is, but they were carried by E3, but the E3 Resident Evil 2 remake was really good. Everything else, like the RE3 remake announcement, was fucking so bad. Like, seriously, I didn't know if the RE3 remake thing was like some side game, if it was like DLC to Resistance, or if it was like single player for Resistance. I didn't know what the hell I seen. When they announced that, like a lot of people were confused, like what is this? Like I get there's a remake there, but like is this the single player they were hinting at for Resistance? And why was it shown just like quickly and randomly on a Sony State of Play? And then RE7 had one of the most memorable demos like made possibly ever for a video game. Like PT and RE7 are way up there. Please communicate with your fans. Capcom as a company is great. One of my favorites. I honestly have nothing further to add other than just to reiterate my last answer to question 10. I truly do hope Capcom becomes more involved with its fan base. Well, that's exactly what they're doing. It's a shame you're too slow to release new titles. Take Mega Man, for example. Feels like it's been neglected, right? Whether it's a sequel or a concluded chapter, there are many people eagerly waiting. Don't forget about your old IPs. Dino Crisis mentioned? No. Look at your stories of characters. I want to play a game that moves my heart once again. We welcome all your support from Capcom. Yes. It depends how Capcom... Yeah. It depends how you behave, Capcom. Well, that was fun. Cool. Thank you, Capcom. So my final thoughts on this are just... If this means literally anything, if this whole questionnaire is taken even with a grain of salt from Capcom, a new Dino Crisis will arrive in somewhere between the next 5 and 10 years. And if they don't give a flying fuck about this or what any of their fans think, we won't see Dino Crisis. That's it. For those who didn't watch this whole thing, Dino Crisis was in like the top 3 for like everything. Or I should say a lot of stuff. Oh, it's not in the top 3 there. But yeah, Dino Crisis is up there for like a lot of categories.